do this. Does it work?
Yay!
It's working. Awesome. I'm breezing a little bit the illusion this morning. I have some workers, an electrician come in my house. And the electric panel is just beside me. So they may need to pass. So that's why I didn't put my green screen. Because it will be in the way. You know, this is the way. Am I muted? Do I have sound? No, I have sound. Okay, cool. So, today we are supposed to see Jason. He pinged me earlier. He's building his stuff. It's awesome. And boom. We'll be working on the trivia game. That's pretty cool. I think I have everything ready. Bonjour. Hi. Who's there? Patrick is here. Bonjour, Patrick. Comment ça va? If it's only you, I can speak in French, right? Oh, it's Pascal. Pascal Jamin. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I keep calling you Patrick. So I spoke to you so many times and you didn't know. Sorry. Sorry. Oh man. Okay, let's run the intro and let's get started. I was waiting for Jason to join, but I don't want to rush him, so we'll start. He'll join when he's ready. Let's. Bonjour, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm Frank Boucher, your host. Welcome it's Behind My Cloud, the stream. Today we are working on the trivia game. Super, ben oui, on peut se parler en français. On peut même se parler en québécois, je pense. So today we'll be working on the trivia game, or Triavia. It's a GitHub project that we started. It's available. I will put that in the chat. Voila. There's not much right now. We do that to learn Typescript, Node, and React. And we'll be building that thing. It's a, even if like we call it Triavia, it's a wow, I'm confused. It's a trivia game. Mind tricks. And to play online with the viewers. So like, we're having fun building the game to play the game later. I didn't have my green screen today. I was just saying that because I have some people, an electrician in my house, and apparently Jason is ready. So let's just call him.
Hello.
Hello, my friend. We're live. Don't say anything that you will regret.
Let me turn off. Oh my god.
You're not in the screen though, so.
Where's my camera? What's going on here?
Should I put you live? Not yet? Okay.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of dark, right?
It is dark. Like, I don't have my green screen. So, like, the oh, I will probably, but just the electrician is here and the green screen will be in his way. for to go to the electric box, the switch box, electric box, the panel. I'm sorry, I'm looking at Jason setting up his stuff.
I don't know. How's this? Is this any better?
You know, I don't know. I was looking at you through Skype. Let me go full with you.
Gotta get all the lights on.
Oh, I should share my screen also so you see it. It's not bad. There's just the top right corner, so your top left.
Up here?
Yep.
There?
That's
All right.
that's dark. That's not bad.
Is it better or to get worse somewhere else now?
No, like all that side is dark, but like it is dark.
Yeah.
Need more power.
More power. Give me the power. I was just starting.
Brighter lights. Okay, that should be better. It might be too bright now.
Yeah, it's not bad. So let's do a start. We'll put Triavia as her thing. Voila. So yeah, it's a quiet morning this morning. Yeah, so the electrician is finishing the renovation, and like, you know, who says electrician says electric box. So he turned off a bunch of breakers, and like at the hour say, hey, can I switch that back on and do some testing and stuff like that? So I said sure. But you know, so that's why like the green screen is not set up.
Gotcha.
Because as you can see, my real wall is not that far. My office is built like a corridor. It's very narrow and long. And my wife is like, why don't you put your desk at the end? Like, so you have plenty of space, because people will arrive in my back, and I don't like that. And today, Jason, I am expecting to have no technical issue. I decided it will be very nice because I'm working remotely in a different computer. So on that computer, like that computer works. So my current...
So
yeah,
that just sounds like a challenge to me.
I should have mentioned it, right? Well, the CB is running in a container in that computer, so it's my laptop. So, like, you know, like the how do you call that plant again? A fern, right? So the fern background, that's my PC. So that's the machine where I'm streaming, and right now I'm remote desktop into my laptop. Was also apparently I was having like a forest theme where that one is stump, but so yeah, so this is not my that's another machine, but it's the CB is running inside a container on that machine, so it's working. Did you start a project yet? I did start a project. Why are you asking that? Because you crashed. Haha. Let's start again. It's true, because you need a file. Damn it. Let's fix that. I need a file. Dev. should have say that, right? Like everything will be working fine. Dev local CB. Oh, look like it's running. So now if I try again, start via. Hey, Falcon! Falcon Dora is following us. Thank you, sir. Or miss, I don't know. Welcome aboard. Pascal, I keep calling Pascal like Jobin Pa. Jobin Pa is Pascal, and I keep calling him Patrick. Does the music is too loud? Do you like? I'm assuming, Jason, you don't hear the music. But let me know.
I don't. Nope.
Cloudies, if you feel that. So yeah. So CB is running in a container. Hopefully it's working. If I do scores. So I only have U2. Perfect. And nobody lands, so both score 0. So it looks like it's working, so that's good. And I start, so yeah, so today I was just explaining, Jason, like what we intend. In fact, we'll be trying to do what we were supposed to do last Friday when my computer decided that it didn't want to stream.
Is this our mulligan? Is this our do-over for last week?
Well, it's kind of the, right? Well, that's what we want to do. Work on the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but this morning I start a little bit. So I run the game, like the basic game, and it was working. And now I start watching the YouTube video. So let's put me that in the chat. So this tutorial, where the guy is building a quiz, you know, aka a trivia game, and I'm just kind of copying what he's doing because the base is the same, I think, of what we want. And since it's been a while, I don't remember, so I need to watch it. How come I didn't hear you? The music is a bit loud? Cool. I will fix that.
I've been sitting on that target for a long time.
Yeah, maybe the game broke.
I won. It's over. Game over.
Yeah, 68. Come on, like, no. But I didn't hear the sound effect though. And like it still keep asking me for. That's strange. If I do a stop, will it generate a file?
Is CB running in a container in your Windows machine or in a WSL?
WSL. Yeah, WSL. But it shouldn't make a difference. Apparently, yes. Huh.
Well, does OBS talk to WSL though? Do they have a link to each other?
Well, they don't talk to each other. Like the chatbot is monitoring, like is connect to the, like it's an API, right? They like OBS is not talking to the chatbot. They both look at Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
But usually, if I do a stop, it should generate a file, and I don't see it now. So I'm wondering why. So let's try, because if I, logo host, so it look like it crashed. That's strange. Let's Docker.
Do you want me to leave the show so things will work again for you?
No. Well, we need to make it work. So I think I could do is run from the Windows side. Well, it should. I don't see why it wouldn't work, except if I did my path like too much in Windows styles, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's trying to create file, but though, like, I see file here, so some backup file like are working.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been running into weird stuff too, kind of trying to go back and forth between my WSL and Windows.
So let's kill it. I'll just take this command and I will start a PowerShell window. And I will just run this command. Oh, I'm not in the good folder. I need to go in the good folder first. So cd c-dev, not del, dev, local, cb, right. So now if I do this, and maybe I should, like, I think what I will do is how can I do that? Not sure. If I do docker and then it's exec, I think exec, and then I pass bc bdc, that's enough. Oh no, it's it. What?
Exactly, Pascal. This is all Frank's fault. He started talking about
I
it,
decided
getting
there
all
was no technical issue
confident.
today, and a few minutes later, looked like the chatbot crashed. No, the chatbot may just, yeah, but like the difference is like it was running from Linux side, so it could be just a path, because I think when it failed, it was when it was playing with path. So I should have run it with TypeScript. So docker exec bdc, and then I want to run bash. I think that's how it worked. So now if I do a start, I'm not sure how I can see the logs. That's what I'm looking for, in fact.
The Docker logs?
Like, oh yeah, I'm assuming it's the Docker logs. I want the app logs, but since it's running inside Docker, so it will show up in the Docker log.
Yeah, I don't know.
BDC. Yeah. Undefined. Oh, so there's still something. Local host 3000. Why it's running on 3000?
Is it trying to load that JSON and run into a problem?
No, JSON. Okay, no. Oh, what? The JSON is loaded and undefined 1.
Syntax problem?
Yeah. In index 96. Could be, you know what, because I'm running CB from the container, so it's not the last version, maybe?
Last version of what?
Of
the...
CB?
Oh, really?
Like I thought I pushed the last version.
Is it in a registry?
Yeah, it's on Docker Hub.
Okay.
But maybe I forgot something.
You were just using this the other day, right? When you went through all the new GitHub stuff. Was that Wednesday?
Yeah, but I was local. But no, it was in a container. Yeah, so it should be the same. Except if I didn't push. The version I use is 5-day old. When I look on Docker Hub. So index. Maybe I have a typo. So it was which line? Whoops. Index 96. Call back after open.
I saw something about Streamlabs in there.
About Streamlabs?
Thought. No, sorry, not in the logs. In the back over in VS Code. It's probably just something in that app.tsx file.
Ah, maybe. Okay, just.
But
96,
I don't know that it's a problem. It just caught my eye, and I know you moved off Streamlabs.
96 in index. Oh, God damn it. Was it? And it's index.js. Okay.
There it is, down there. The bottom of that. Line 270 says Streamlabs. I don't know if that's ever going to cause a problem for you.
Oh, no, it's just like if the user is Streamlabs.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
But there was an index.js line 96. So here.
Hello, Ballataz.
Hey, hello. Hello. Did the voice, like, did bonjour work for, like, I'm assuming no, because it crashed, right? Yeah. So it's looking for the file stream session. And if we go, oops, I need to go back in my VM. If I go in local CB, I have a stream session file here. Yeah, see, like, it's working, it just doesn't want to load something.
Yeah. seemed like what's that very first stream session JSON file having it? Or sorry, not first one, last one.
Stream session?
The one that doesn't have a number on it.
That's supposed to be like the
template.
Yeah. I'm not sure I still need that because now I have a constructor, but before I was loading the previous session.
And those numbers are random.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was my workaround to be able to have multiple things. Like if I'm running it, so like that's why I don't understand like why this is not working. Right, if I do docker ps, it's 3001. Oh yeah, I need to docker stop, and it was BDC. So now it's running. So if I do localhost 3001, okay, so now it's running. Let's show off the tooling. I have some error, but those errors are always there, right? So now it's working. Like drop was typed in the chat, searching for Pascal. If I do, for example, yay, the sound is working.
Yay!
And if I do start, it should instantiate. Bonjour, hi. Okay, so now everything is working. Bonjour, hi. So let's just visualize what it's supposed to do when I run the start. Yeah, so for that, let's go in the code.
I'm 2 for 2 today.
Wow. 39, that's cool. So when you play the command start, or type the command start, where is it? Talk clean, shout out. Where is it?
Control F.
Yeah. To do start. Start. So we'll do a stream note start. So if I go here, search for that thing. What? What? Oh no, it should be in Cloudbot. Whew. Yeah, okay. So it's loading from file. Oh yeah, so okay, I'm still using the load from file. And it's project name, so it will be Triavia, and then false. And
Is there a chance every time I land on the target I'm breaking something? Because it just stays there forever.
I don't know. Anybody try to drop or play something?
Anybody else landed yet? John thinks it's rigged.
Like CB is still running.
Yeah, but doesn't it? Oh, there it goes. It cleared.
Oh, because you are the only one who land.
I don't know. It just seems like it's leaving the
Oh, like
person that lands.
the thing will stay there for a little while.
Yeah, it just seems a little longer than usual, but seems better now.
Could be some stuff that changed. Give me 2 seconds. I will put back my green screen. Not put back, but I will set my green screen. Shouldn't be very long.
Didn't drop? Oh, there they go. Yeah, there's like a delay, it seems like.
Well, like the delay is
on a good angle here. Two of them, maybe three.
Yay!
Maybe.
Okay, so it's working. So load from file. So let's go there. I'm not rigged. Change my mind. So load from file. It will do a get. It will, go on the server side, because since the beginning we are in the client side. So it will run. It's calling the server side load from file command.
Mm-hmm.
And then do a load session. So if we go here, and that thing, I think it was working, because in the logs we could see JSON data is loaded, so that part work. It run. No, because it was failing here. It couldn't parse it. Oh, maybe I did maybe I have my here the JSON is not correct, maybe.
In the template?
Yeah.
Or in one of the files that gets created?
Like, no, could this not be a valid JSON?
I don't know. We can drop it in a. Can't think of one off the top of my
Project
head,
ID.
but there's.
I mean, what I can do is.
It all looks okay to me. I mean, those are. Oh wait. No. Yeah, that looks okay.
Right? Like.
Yeah.
What I can do is take the.
Was there one? Did it call out one specific JSON that it couldn't read?
So if I do that and then refresh. So here I have built that as ulen. So what I will do is I will take this, I will put it there. So now when I do start and then tria via property map undefined. What the? Yeah, I think so. It's the property map that is undefined, apparently. That's strange. Could I be running a different Node version? I'm at a different PC, so it's possible, right? Node -- version.
Yeah, do you have all your,
Node doesn't
all your
exist.
dependencies?
No, I'm in a container.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So then if I do Docker, yeah, okay. Docker PS. So it's 12A. So if I do Docker, I'm thinking like, right? If the error is map is undefined. Map is it? No, I'm in JavaScript now. How map can be undefined?
We're not in the CloudBot JavaScript file, are we?
So we are in cloudbot.js at line 559. So
yeah.
If I go,
What about 542 or 539? What do those look like?
so I'm loading the session. I'm here. and I'm trying to load the session.
Yeah.
Data user session. Is it user session or user sessions? Man. Should we not care about CB and then just run?
I don't know. Everybody might be bored if they can't drop.
Yeah, user session, like it's like that. So what's the problem? Maybe he just doesn't like your name, Jason. Like
It could be.
GNTVDC.
I
Yeah, no.
heard that before.
I rebroke the chat bot, Fragbird, but welcome aboard. What's new? What's new in the sky? Like
right from the very beginning,
things are
if
broken.
I could break his stuff inside of a container, inside of a different PC that I don't have access to, and we did it.
Yeah, I shouldn't have. Like it's always like that. Yeah, yeah. Things, everything will be fine. And
well, what functionality are we missing out on if it doesn't work?
like you cannot, like so it crashed because map is just trying to pass through all the properties to creator object. So I really don't understand why map doesn't work. Make no sense.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Hold on. Go back. Save to file.
Oh, that's because after it crashed, like things are not working properly.
Yeah, no. I thought I saw a typo somewhere, but I don't see it now.
So error, type error, cannot read property map or of undefined.
Can we look at that CloudBot file and see where map first shows up?
Yeah. Stream session 539. Let's move that thing out. 539 is okay, so it's when I'm calling this function. So it look like let's add a log here. And now can I just restart it? No, because it crashed. So every time I need to kill it and restart it. That's really bad. Can you restart a container?
With just one command, you mean?
Yeah, like docker restart. Does it exist?
Looks like it. Yeah.
Oh,
Docker restart,
yeah.
and then the name of your container.
Okay, so it's 12a. So docker restart 12a. Cool. So now if I restart this guy. Okay, so now it's running. Let's do a clear console. So now if I do, let's remove all the other file. So now if I do start tria via, so now it cannot load from file, empty response.
Dotas thinks there's a typo. But that could just be you seeing the word Triavia is actually the name of the project, which started off as a typo, but we kept it.
Oh yeah, Bellas. That's on purpose. So it crashed again. Okay.
We thought it would be a good code name for the project for our trivia game until we come up with a better one. So it crashed. Was it because of something you did or something we did on
I don't know.
in chat?
So let's try. If I try to do, let's say, attention, and then test. Okay, so I'm creating an image, and that worked just fine. If I do, then
Do bonjour.
bonjour. Yeah, you can try bonjour if you want. Bonjour should work too. If I do a save. Bonjour. Hi. Fail to
Bonjour.
fetch. Hi.
There you go.
301. Save to file.
509. Can we
Bonjour.
look at line
Hi.
509?
Bonjour. Hi. Okay,
Cloud
okay,
bot.
thank you.
I know. This is exactly how every Friday has gone for the past, what, now 4 weeks?
Oh man. Next, if you think it's funny, next time let's do it on your PC, dude. Every time, like, I'm melting, and like when I shut down the stream, I'm like done for like half an hour where I just need to chill. Okay, so now, like, well, it looked like every time we try something, we just go back and go back and go back, like it's working less and less. Now we are at CloudBot, so I cannot save to file.
But at least we have a smoking gun. We know where to look and what isn't and what is working.
So save to file.
Frackberg's PC is not having a good day either.
Oh, like I'm not even on my PC, Fragbird. Like this is a VM. Whoops, everything. I shake my thing and everything went down. I'm running a VM. Like that's also a thing. Like I'm running on a different PC because I thought that will help. Maybe I should have run Docker on my own PC. I could try that. Just start Docker on my own PC and run CB from here instead of my PC. Because it was running
Can you
Friday.
access it over the network? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know why. Maybe there's some security on my laptop though. Like
Yeah, I don't know if it'll let you talk between ports like that. Maybe.
could be the thing. Let me start Docker on my PC. I was just trying to run minimum on my local computer. But let's start Docker.
Famous last words. Just trying to keep it easy, simple.
Yeah, that's not complicated thing. So what I will do, I will delete. I will just stop it. So Docker stop and 12a. Cool. So now stop on. So let's go on the stream machine. Start Docker and things going slower.
You might. There's a little bit of
A delay, yeah.
yeah. I don't know if you got eyeballs on your processor, but
Well, I just start Docker, so like it may have
okay.
created a
yeah,
burst.
it's better now. Yeah, it's better now. Oh goodness, I hope we don't have those problems we did last week. That was super frustrating. This is at least code we can reason about.
Okay, so now I'm on my machine. Yeah, hopefully it stay like that, and it was just caused by before the stream I reboot, I open only Visual Studio, a remote desktop, and OBS, and now Docker. And like I was watching the YouTube, like, but no mail, no nothing else, no like, and the music you're hearing is coming from the laptop. So it's not even on my PC.
Okay, all right.
So now let's go inside that. I think I put that in temp. Whoops. Temp, and then it's is it CB here? I call that. I forgot how I called it. Must chat test. Yeah, I have a session here. Okay, so let's open that thing here. I will remove those files. So now it's empty. So let's do I have the Docker? Not far. There it is. 3001. Yeah, sounds like it. So see here the difference. I'm calling like fboucher cloud bot, but when I was on my PC I couldn't do that because it was complaining about manifests that didn't exist. So I'm assuming I did a bad configuration on Docker Hub, and I needed to add the version, and the version was the hash. So that's why I was like, maybe I'm not running the last version.
That
so
makes
now
sense.
I just need to change the CloudBot URL. Instead of that, I will put localhost. So now if we do this, we still have the thing, and if I do no, now it's running on this machine. If I do localhost at 3001, and I put the console, right? Let's clean the console. So now if I do start tria via, yeah, so that's strange. So we need to figure what was the problem. Like maybe it's because I was running on a different PC. Like I'm not localhost, maybe? Like do I need, maybe a course permission? I don't know. Could be did I lost you, Jason, or you're just thinking super hard? Okay.
Well, I'm
thinking.
listening, but you did kind of freeze up a little bit. It's doing the same thing it did like when your Docker container was started.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I'm waiting for my drive. And after that I will clean that PC. I will scrub it. Okay, so it's running. I hate that. I hate that. Cloudies, you cannot imagine how pissed off I am. I'll call Smiley and everything, but like I'm boiling, like seriously.
Yeah. This is so frustrating.
It is.
There's only thing left to do is laugh, right?
Yeah. Ha ha ha. Okay. Well. Okay. At least we have the chat bot now. Bad news is everybody who lost their scores. So sorry about that.
All right. So we feel like we're ready?
Yeah. So whew. Okay. So what I did start to play with, I'm following that YouTube that I shared with you earlier. Let's restart since maybe there's more viewer than at the beginning. I'm following this tutorial. You know what? Since it crashed, let's add it back to the notes. I'm putting it in the note and it will also
I'm waiting
show up.
for that too, Invisible Programmer.
I'm still waiting for the first occurrence when everything works fine. Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, nah.
Can I speak with your manager? I feel...
He wants his score back.
My life is gone.
I do too. I landed on the first 2 attempts today.
I can add you manually.
It's okay.
Come on, guys.
The real victory is being able to actually move forward and learn some TypeScript. So
yeah, that's the goal, right? So I start watching that video. Initially, I was like, yeah, we'll watch it and then just like remember and try to reproduce. But I did that 3 weeks ago, if it's not more, so I don't remember. So this morning I was kind of watching it, but I was always interrupted by the electrician here. Not always, because he was doing his job, but like, you know, like you need to watch it a little bit. Don't like to have strangers in my house. Just going whatever they want. So like I was watching it as I was copying it, and I'm not sure what would be the best thing to do. Like, should we continue to do that maybe without sounds so I don't have any copyrights? And I know why he's doing things. I know like he will be a multipass, so he's putting class and things as a placeholder, and then like he will revisit. Or I could put the sound and like anyway it's not monetized, so it doesn't matter. Like I think he's not sure if he's an MVP, but like that will give him a little bit more visibility.
Yeah.
So I could totally put the sound on.
Well, I think I mean in certain places.
What is? Oh,
that's just. I think it's your green screen's just not totally covering that square.
Magie. So yeah, so what I did not do a lot this morning. So I don't think I have my tools running, and I don't want to start them on my main PC, but I created a new class. I created components, React word with components, so structure, like, and then like you define a piece, and then like you stack those pieces. A component could be just like UI, could be a piece of functionality and different things like that. So we have a question card, and in that question card I import React, of course, because we'll be doing some React, and then I just create like I didn't know that thing was called like that way to call the thing. It's called a narrow function. It's the same thing as function when you declare a function, but it's called a narrow function. So it's creating like the class, the function, right? Function JavaScript is it's not really object, is function. So it's the twist to have a look or feel like an object programmation. It's to do this, and then we export it, so we'll be able to call question cards in other stuff, and that's why we do the export. Then I add an API TS for TypeScript. That's where we will be calling an API. I did create an API, an Azure function, so we might run that locally and call that or something like that. We'll see later. Util, that's a function. Like it's a place where he will put bunch of utilities. He mentioned, I think, that one of them was to randomize the questions. And app is kind of the main application, the main class, the main file for our application. So
And so,
yep.
just correct me, or I just want to make sure I'm understanding. These API TypeScript file, the utils one, the question cards, this is just following kind of the video that you shared. You're just going through and reproducing what they did, or
Yep, exactly.
Okay. It's not something that got scaffolded out at any point. It's something you created from scratch.
Like following, like, is the video. Where is it? Here? No. Oh. Damn. It's very confusing because to make sure it was streaming correctly, I put the video here. Let's put it this way. So yeah, so
and
like
that's correct, Baldatas. Yeah, those are specific to the React files. Those are specific to I'm sorry, the TSX files are specific to React.
So yeah, like he did here, create the file. Now he's creating the app, just like me. It's a little bit different because I'm not like doing exactly as he's doing.
Right.
But like the file is the same. So like this is the apps, and then
Cool. Yeah, I just want to make sure I understood that you actually hand created those. They didn't just somehow arrive in your...
Yeah. So I think I
Code.
could do is cut the music. If we're playing that with sound, then I think it will be like too messy if we have on top of that the video playing with sound. And I think we could play the video like a little bit, pause, discuss, like make sure we both understand like what we're doing. I don't want us, and that include you, Claudies, to just like copy. That's not the goal. That we want to learn, so we need to understand. So maybe at some point we'll need to do something different to break it, to understand why it's this way. Maybe we need to search online documentation, go deeper in a specific argument. So at any time, feel free to ask any questions. We're learning. I don't know. I really don't know. That's my first experience with React.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this is all brand new to me, so I'm going to have 1,000,001 questions. So
I'm counting on that, Jason.
as long as there's more questions than there are minutes spent fixing problems, I've somehow called.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but fine. Well, like, see, and the app was running earlier. See, like, that's localhost 3000. So that's what the app was looking before I start changing things. I would have 1,000,002 questions. Excellent. I love that.
Okay, so our app is running. That's good.
It's not running. It was running. I stopped it so I could... Right? Oh, I'm breaking again, huh? I'm still there. Okay. I could hear my PC just like spinning, the fan just like for like a few seconds. I don't know.
And things freeze up a little when it does that, looks like.
So that will be my indication that I need to pause and wait to be back.
Let your computer catch its breath.
Yeah. So we can close this. I'm not sure. Should we update this, I think we should, since it's working, let's focus on the code. And what I will do, even if it's offline or with you later, Jason, we'll update the cards and make sure like it's reflect the current status. But since we have right now a temporary working environment, let's surf that wave
Totally.
and just code if everybody's okay with me. So I will close everything. I will keep that one open because I think we'll need that when we create the classes, the object. For example, the questions, like there's properties, we define those. So I will keep, that's the only one I will keep open. I'll make it smaller. And do I still need that here? Nope. Close all. Cool. Little pause. Okay. So let's see where we were. Why did I lose my... Oh, because it maximize. I don't want you to maximize. I want you to... I will put it this way. Trying to have it so I could see it in my other window. Cool. Because I want this window to overlay in my second screen, so when I'm in my remote desktop version, I still see that and I could click on that so it show up on top of it. That's what I was trying to do. So yeah, so here let's just...
So we start scaffolding this one out.
Oh, and I should stop the music first, we said. Boom. Did I click twice? No, okay, stop.
All right.
Thank you, Selective Duplicate, for the following. It's really appreciated that people, even after all those issues, are still following. I think it's just reflect real life, but yeah, thank you, it's really appreciated. Thank you. So welcome aboard, welcome behind my cloud. BNS BNS Fun, thank you for the following, very appreciated. Welcome aboard, everybody. Should mute my phone. Voila. Okay, so he is in app.ts6. I think he's doing those functions. Those will be the main function. So start Triavia. I put Triavia. I was not sure if I put game or something like that, because like Triavia is the code name for the project. But right now this function is to start like an instance, a game.
Yeah.
So I was not sure, like, and then I said, oh, if I do that, then it might be confusing. So maybe I should do start game or start quiz.
My instinct feels like start game, but where else is that? That's a function, right?
Yeah. So we'll just
where else is that? Where else is that called currently?
Oh yeah, but we'll adjust. So I like start game too. I'm happy you go this way. Like it's here. It's called. So I think where I am right now in the video is about to create those. So we'll just so we will explain for.
We're going to have one function that we fire off when we start the quiz. So const start trivia or start quiz. Start trivia, I think that is fine. This one is going to be async because we're going to make the API call from this one. So we can already mark it with async. So we leave it empty for now.
Is that the
then
function right there
one function
that we were just changing to start game? Frank, your audio is out. You're coming back now.
Okay, back now. Hello.
Yep, you're back.
Okay. Yeah, this PC seriously need a refresh.
That we're going to trigger when the user selects an answer. So const check answer equals. This one is going to take in the event like this. And you can see that it complains here now because this is TypeScript that's telling us we haven't...
Is running on that PC and we keep calling it with the bot?
Sorry?
This is similar to what we were experiencing last week, right? But wasn't that because the virus protection software was overworking because it thought there was a problem with Node?
But Node is not running on this PC right now. Like the CB is in a container.
Yeah.
But the container write a file on the disk, so it could be that.
Yeah.
Okay. But we will be, and that's why I'm running in a different PC today. So when we'll be running like the Triavia game, we'll be running on my laptop, not this machine. Like on the work machine, not the stream machine. And you know what?
Gotcha.
Maybe in the future, I think I will have that setup where I'm running 2 PC to avoid those kind of things anyway. But,
we could also do this in code spaces.
It's true, but it's working right now.
Yeah.
So now it will be creating that function, and like it's important because it will be doing adding a parameter, an event, and it's funny because he also do a bunch of typos, so I feel less special.
Specify the type for this one, so it's implicitly
my
set
most
to
used
any,
key
and
on my
we
keyboard
should
is
set
the
a type
backspace.
for it.
Yeah.
So the event is going to be a mouse event, and we can specify it even more. So we specify it to HTML.
Does the
Button
sound is
element.
good for you on your side?
And we end it
Right now it's
with
okay.
a angle bracket like that, something like that.
So now it's
And of
complaining
course, we
because
need
it
to have
needs
a
to be
colon
React.
here also. And as we're in React, I guess we have to tell it React.mouseEvent also, like that.
So that's exactly
React-
what I did create check answer with the event.
What does the I don't think I caught it. What does the E mean?
It's the a variable. It's like you are instant, like you're saying, I will receive a parameter. I'm calling it E, and then
Got
the
it.
type
So
is after.
that can be anything. He just chose E.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's kind of classic to have E or event, or there's some practice that say, hey, don't use a one-letter thing. Like a lot of time, like I know when it's an exception, I like to call mine EX. But like,
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. I see the elegance of going with a single letter to identify it, but it does make it hard for others to understand what it means.
yeah, well, like it's very classic for an event to have E or an exception to be EX.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure if it's okay or not, but
Okay.
I feel comfortable with
I
it.
understand what.
We'll see later.
React.mouseEvent, and then we specify it even more by telling it it's from an HTML button element.
Deltatas wants to know why
So that's how you
asyncs.
type.
Sorry?
Why Triav is async. On line 5.
On mine back. So Belladas, he mentioned here the start Triavia, start game is async because we'll be calling an API on the server side. So we'll be waiting for the answer, but we don't want to freeze the UI for that. So that's why this one is async. The check answer is event. So when you click, it will just validate the answer. I'm not sure if in the future that I think check answer might be also async, because right now in the code is building, when you receive a question, the answer is identified. So like if you look in the code behind or something like that, you could see, oh, like B is the good answer, so I will reply B. Like a better solution will be just sending like the option, not specifying like which one is the good one, and then everybody need to send back their answers and like you show the result. That's what we want to do anyway, I think, because we want the timing. So we need to collect all the answer and know, oh yeah, okay, Jason replied in 3 seconds, Belras took 1.5 seconds. So if both of you answer first, then like Belras has a little bit more points or something like that, right? So that's why he created that. He mentioned something, I think, early in the beginning where he showed the API he's planning to use. It's an open source API like OpenDB, something like that. We'll see later. Like it's an open data. I think it's
just it's the open trivia database.
Yeah, OpenDB something. I think it's OpenDB.org. I forgot what it is. Nope.
Open Trivia DB maybe.
Oh, we'll see it later, but I feel like it's OpenDB something. It was really...
I'm pretty sure it had the word trivia in it.
OpenDB? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, well, we're not there yet.
This event, then we're going to have a function that will trigger when the user click for the next question. So const next question equals, and in this one we don't actually need the event, so we just create an empty arrow function like this. So this is all the functions that we need for this trivia. And of course...
OpenTDB?
Yeah.
Oh, .com. Yeah. Yeah, that's the API he's planning to use. Let's add that to the note. I think I already did that, but so let's go back to the video.
Of course, we're going to come back to them in a second, but first we're going to scaffold out our JSX here in the return statement.
I'm not sure I understand why next question is not async and doesn't need an event, but I know is going back and forward in many files, so I will just let that question kind of in suspend. I'm just not sure why is like that, because either you're calling it from the UI, so I'm assuming you need an event, or you're doing a call. So if you're doing a call, then like it should be async. So I'm not sure, but could be wrong. So now what you want to do is the return, so building kind of the UI, so it will be adding a button and stuff like that.
So we wrap it in a parenthesis first, like this. And then we have the wrapper div that's called app now.
And we'll be coming back
rename these ones also
and
later.
adding some code into those functions, right?
Yeah. Like I said, like, he's putting stuff, and then we'll come back. And sometimes, like I did, like type, he change it and stuff like that. Is like he's really doing a little bit like DevOps, but session where like he's putting like minimum thing so he could start referencing, and it's okay, like now it's referencing but it's empty, let's add some code, and like he's doing over and over loops like that. That's why I mentioned like next question, like in my mind I don't understand, like if it's client side, though I don't think it should have an event, and if it's calling like an API, say hey give me the next question, then it should have a async. Or maybe when you start the game, like it returns 10 questions and you have all that loaded in your DOM, right?
I want to say that's how his app works. It goes and grabs some questions with the answers, but the problem with it is that the questions and answers come over in the same payload. Okay. So it'd be easy for somebody to cheat.
Okay. Well, we'll do that and then we'll split later. So now he's building the UI.
when we create the style components, but for now they will be divs with class names. And first we're going to have an h1 tag with a header for the quiz.
So that's
Then we
why
call it
where I
React
change a little bit.
like
I
that.
say welcome to
Then we're going to have a
Triavia,
button
and I
to
kept
start the
the
game.
link to
So we create a
the
button with a class
Or
It's
on
time
name
for us to
Azure
come up with
YouTube.
a,
of
Sorry?
it's time for us to come up with a
Then we
logo.
set the on-click handler to the
So
function
we
that
can
we
replace
created.
that React.
Start trivia.
I removed the
that.
React logo.
And it can just say
So here, Jason, the button class name, that's CSS. So it's purely visuals,
Yeah.
that first one. And the on-click is the event. So when you click on the button, it will call the start Triavia, start game for us.
Yeah.
And,
And
it's
that's like a JavaScript type of call there, right?
Yeah, that's JavaScript, but like the curly brackets, that's TypeScript.
Okay.
Usually, if it was pure JavaScript, it would be quote or like double quote or single quote here, with parent like start Triavia and then like parentheses and like if you want to pass anything. But now he's doing that kind of TypeScript style.
and it can just say start inside of it.
So now he's just
So
defining
that's
his
the
button.
Then we're going to have a paragraph with a class name of score. And this is the one that's going to hold the score. So for now, we're just setting score like this. Then we're going to have a paragraph
More CSS,
with a class name
Yep.
HTML
that
/
is
CSS.
telling us loading.
The
questions.
class name is CSS.
You could, of course,
Right.
implement a
But
spinner
putting
or
in a
something if
paragraph,
you want to do
HTML
that.
tag.
Yeah. So the loading question, I didn't do it though, so I could do that. So that's just kind of a placeholder.
We can make it say something funnier, like calling home, raising zombies.
Could be something cloud related, but I'm fine with that. Calling home is good, is funny. Yeah, was it? And I don't like. I think that thing. Not sure why, but why did he not put the class here?
Where?
Strange, right?
Where?
In the
Instead-
loading.
And then we're going to have our question card. So we
Oh.
can import that one up here.
Yeah, well, maybe it's just simple.
I mark it
Just
with
trying to keep it simple
components
text.
and import question card.
So
can
now
fancy
he's
it up,
importing
sure.
question
Yes.
card.
It's in our components folder, and then we have the question card like that.
So let's do that. So I like the fact that he's structuring even his import.
Yeah.
Whoops. Components like that, right? Components. And then it was doing import, and it was for me, I didn't like his uppercase stuff, so I put lowercase, though I'm not sure I should do that.
I don't know. How does the JavaScript community typically handle that? I'm a camel case person. I always start things with uppercase, and
Well, we can definitely do
that's-
it. Like, I like for object, usually, like the definition, I like uppercase.
yeah.
And when it's an instance, I will go lowercase for the first letter.
But it'll still all compile and run just fine no matter what, right? It doesn't have to be one or the other for any reason.
Exactly, it's just a style. As long
Yeah.
as you're respecting it everywhere. Whoop. Rename.
Bonjour, Mordekaiser.
Hey! It's a French word at the beginning. It's S-H-I-T. Why you don't want to rename it? I didn't catch that.
You got it open, probably. No, that wouldn't matter.
Unable to move. Oh, because I'm running in my container.
Uh-huh. Hey, from Singapore. Welcome.
Oh, cool. Welcome aboard. So we need to change that. We'll change that later. Question card. Well, like now it's confusing because it's a mix of both, but like the file is only there once. So I'm assuming now it will add. Hey, Claytrix, welcome. Thank you for the following. Very appreciated. Super nice. Thank you. So yeah, now I'm assuming that it will be adding his question somewhere here, because now he got the components, but like doing something like that, I'm assuming. I'm not sure how you do that, but let's see how he does that. Whoops.
So down below here,
Oh, cool. I got it
we
right.
create the question card like that.
Okay, but you
And the
did
last
it.
thing we're gonna have is a
Are you familiar with that way to call HTML, Jason?
Sorry, I was messing with my microphone. Which way?
So like, see how you
yeah.
did call the like in one thing. I missed someone. Thank you for the following. I'm sorry, I
Sure.
missed the name. What was the name? Ferret Chair. Thank you for the following. Very appreciated. Welcome aboard. Welcome behind my cloud, the place where we learn stuff and we have fun. Eventually.
Actually, it's just Jason hanging out actually behind the cloud and breaking Frank's stuff. And then Frank spends a little time fixing it. And then if there's time, at the end, we do a little learning of TypeScript.
Well,
But
next week
today
I think I
actually
will be working
we're
on
back.
all the UI, and it will really look like a behind my cloud stuff. Hopefully, maybe I will take some time off and work on that. Maybe.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
that's
let's
called a
change that.
self-closing block. So yeah, back to your question. I have I have seen those.
Okay. And apparently I cannot do it. Boom.
the button below everything of this that is used to click to the next question. So button class name
yeah.
equals
Button.
next.
Class name
And
next.
for this one, we have an on-click handler.
See,
next
that's why I
question.
don't understand. Like, he didn't put
Like
the
that.
handler.
And we can just type out next question. Do some auto formatting. So you can see that we're using the next question and the start trivia here. This one here is going to be sent in by props to the question card component. So we can create the question card component now.
All right.
Thank you for the following, Merde Kaiser. So yeah, so let's add this button. So we'll just add this button here, and it was next. The thing here is called next question. Voila. Give me more. Is it funny enough? Give me more, like in what's the
Gimme. Gimme.
oh, like in the give me more, like the
Oh, that song.
Yeah.
The Grease song.
Grease. That's the thing I
Grease
was
lightning.
looking for. Okay,
Gimme.
but like I won't sing it because yeah, you don't want to do that. So cool. Okay, so maybe next question. It's still not clear. Did anybody understand why the next question doesn't have a button element thing?
Maybe he just hasn't. He hasn't created that part yet.
Like he was mentioning that it will be part of the component. Like if so, like
to the question card component. So we can adding. So you can see that we're using the next question and the start trivia here. This one here is going to be sent in by props to the question card component.
That's why maybe.
So we can create the question card component now. Let's go inside the question card.tsx file. Just as before, we create parentheses here. We can make an implicit
Do we
return
have
on this
our
one, so we don't have to have a
function set for next question?
Yep, next question was here.
Okay. Yep.
And question cards is here. So he said put it in between parentheses. Hey, Sir Machado, welcome. How are you? How was your week, everybody?
Bonjour.
Hi. Stefan is in the house. Hello, Stefan.
Hello, everybody.
How was your week? How was your week, Jason? I know you were very focused at editing video this week.
Lots of editing of videos. I finally got some stuff ready to go.
Woot woot.
Hopefully, hopefully we get that done, wrapped up today or very soon. But overall, good week, I would say.
Yeah?
It just flies by. I can't like sometimes even stop and remember what all took place. But we had a couple of good streams. Oh, I had a really great stream on Tuesday with Azure Orbital.
Oh, I need to watch that thing. It's true because I saw like the first 5 minutes, I think, and after that I had a meeting that I couldn't miss. So
Yeah, that was fun. That's some really cool tech, kind of fascinating stuff. So, and I got to say spacecraft on the show and not be talking about sci-fi or some fiction
that's cool.
thing. So
That's cool.
yeah, it was cool. So yeah, it was fun.
So Sir Machado says like I'm very well, thank you. I've been better weeks migrating version on project from Angular to .NET. Nice. Angular to .NET, that's a big change. Are you going Blazor? I'm assuming if it's from a JavaScript or like it's server side now, that would be a big change. Jason is echoing a bit. Could be
I turned my speaker down over here just a little bit in case it was feeding back.
well, it could be on my side though.
EKS, AKS migration. Wow. It sounds like a heavy lift.
You understand wrong. I'm migrating Angular version from 8 to 8. And then that... Ah, okay. Wow, okay, so like you're migrating both stuff. Ooh, that would be fun. From 2 to 3, there's a few breaking changes, I think. So from the .NET part. So that would be interesting. And Angular, I'm assuming, hopefully it's but 8 to 10, that's a big jump. So hopefully you have a lot of fun. On my side, it was construction this week. So but renovation are done. Like the only thing missing now are the doors in my kitchen. So like they put the cabinet, electricity, everything is done except we don't have any doors. apparently doors were not ready. But so they will come back again later for that. But so yeah, so it was noisy. It's been 2 weeks where like it's noisy. Everything was complicated because you want water. Like I didn't have any kitchen, so you need to go somewhere else to get the water. But there's stuff in the way, so like everything was complicated. But tonight it will be our first night, a little bit more regular. But yeah, and in Quebec, apparently they will go like they will do an announcement later today, and people are worried that they will close everything again. So there's a lot of panic over there. The cloud glitching is ready, mostly. Thank you for the following, Sir. I missed the name. Sir Macardo. Thank you. I want to get more in on Azure Developer Services. Is there a platform like Firebase on Azure? I forgot what's Firebase. I think what you're looking for is the I would say yes, because I hear that a lot of time. Let me check what it is. Backend Google Love Development. Is it App Service?
I'm looking to see if there's any good comparisons.
Backend Google Love App. Like it's if it's
I would say
app
just like
development,
app
that's
services.
definitely app services.
Yeah.
So you have web apps, static web apps. So like for like what you mentioned, you're migrating. That's supported natively in Azure. You just go and create a new app, upload your code. You could be syncing from GitHub or any Git, and it will be working.
I don't know if I can drop a link in here, but we'll try this.
Yeah. Link are open. It's the PAS, yes. I'm clicking on your link, but it doesn't open. And then it will open 30 times.
Oh, the link that I put in there? Yeah, it's just like some service that compares similar services.
Okay, that's cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, app service. And if you need a database, you could go also with like a SQL Server as a service, or if you prefer staying with Postgres or MySQL, there's also there in the service, so you don't need VMs at all. Everything is PaaS. Pretty cool. If you have some component, you could component container. You could run also a container inside the app. So, but like what you mentioned, the .NET, it's supportive. It's supported already. So like you shouldn't have any problem for that. And then it will be scalable, everything. So yep. Cool. Let's see what he's doing.
A return statement. And as we're in TypeScript
drop
now, we have to type.
Still working. It's just slow. Yeah, okay, just slow.
The props for this one. So we create a type, call it props. You can call it whatever you want. It doesn't need to.
All right.
I don't
have
like
the name
props.
props. First,
I'm not
we're
sure
gonna
what it
give
is.
The question. And this one.
What
is
are
gonna be
props?
Like when I remember that when I watched that video mostly end to end, and I didn't like the word props, though. I was not sure. Hey, Jason, you land with a big score of 7.
Hey, I'm still 3 out of 4, I think, today.
It's pretty good. You could do stats. What's your stats? If you do
Well, remember
exclamation
we
point
lost.
stats,
I lost all my stats when CB crashed.
you can try.
So, but is props just again like another term that he's chosen to use, or does it mean something in TypeScript?
It's a word that it's a type So I think props, like when you do like theater or stuff like that, you have props, like, you know, a fake phone, a fake gun and stuff like that. I think
Yeah.
that's why he's using props. So it's defining a type, and then I think it's the type and the properties of question cards that it will be defining.
Properties. Props is short for properties. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't like props as a short for properties.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's like
It could be a language
shortening
barrier.
terms to help save on code length is one thing, but when your people that follow up on your code and try to work with it don't understand what you're doing, it's hard.
Yeah,
If
it's just
meant to be
probably
properties, I
property.
would use
Like
properties.
when you're coding, there's words that are kind of protected, or like properties could be a word used by the language. So I understand that you may not want to use that, like the word type, the word class, and stuff like that. So maybe that's why I use propped. But yeah, so let's listen what he has to say. I'm thinking it will create bunch of stuff, and here we will need to decide: do we follow exactly what he's doing for our first pass, or are we already tweaking and following our structure? I think maybe it will be easier if we go and follow exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Though, like, there's a GitHub stuff where we could have just copy paste, but like if we copy paste from the GitHub, then we won't have all this explanation. And the guy spent like an hour and a half. This video is an hour and a half long, I think, to explain everything while he's doing it, and that's why I like this tutorial.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, sometimes it's best to just go clone the repo and like dive in and try to understand it, but I feel
But
like
we don't
for
know the
now,
language.
since we're
It's not
still
like
learning
how he's
TypeScript-
doing this thing, and we
Well,
know
and also
the
I
language.
I'm not going to understand it as well looking at the code after it's been written. I want to see it as it's being written. So
Yeah. Okay.
I think this is better.
So I will wait until it's done, like creating those property, and then we'll discuss.
String. The question is always going to be a string. Then we're going to give it all the answers, and the answers is going to be an array of strings. So string, array, this is how you type an array of strings. Then we're going to give it a callback. And for now, we can just set it to any.
Oh, hey.
And we have
welcome.
the user answer. That's the answer that the user is going to give us. It's also going to be a string. We have
Properties
the
like
question
function
number.
parameters.
It's going to be
Got
a
it.
number.
Thank you, Falcon.
Question number, like that. Then we have total
It feels
questions.
like you're creating like an array.
That one is also going to be a
No,
number.
it's a
So these are
list
the
because
Yeah, I know.
see, like there's a curly brackets here.
This
So it's defining the object, but it's a type it's the properties. I know like answer here should be plural. Well, that's a typo. I'm sure we'll come back to it. I think if I remember, he forgot about that.
Yeah, I think I saw that too. There's a couple of things that he comes back and fixes.
Yeah, there's
once
one-
because TypeScript starts complaining, right, when it can't match up.
Well,
syntax.
and like the name, like plural and not plural, that like TypeScript won't see the difference. But like if it's an array, it makes sense that this thing is plural. Like for us, human.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yep, you're totally right. Answers, questions. Yep.
Okay, so they accept arbitrary an input called props and return React element. Oh, okay, so like it's a thing. Okay, then I will keep props as a name. So let's...
component, but how do we specify it to use these props? First of all, we have to specify
Okay, so I think he's
this
done
one
with
to be a
the...
function.
He's done, so let's recreate those. So question, answer, callback. So we need to do props. No, it
Yes,
was a
props
type.
to you.
What? What did I miss?
Dad jokes.
Props to you. Yeah. Was it?
Functional component.
type props. I will put it here so I could read it at the same. Props equal and then he's doing question of type string. He's doing answers of type string array. He's doing callback of type any.
Is this?
Yep.
Is this inside the question card function or?
No.
Okay.
Like it's inside the question cards file, but outside like the function object-ish. So user answer. That word is a string. So why it's complaining about all those things?
Something's missing. I feel like it's missing a curly bracket or something.
Oh, because I didn't start at the beginning?
Move out.
Oh, I'm inside the thing. That's why. Should be outside the thing. And you ask for it, and I say no, like it's not inside. Was it why you asked? Like, and then like.
That's why I was saying. Well, yeah, that's what the Sir Mikado was talking about in chat.
In my mind, number. He's putting NR. Number in my mind is NB. I'm not sure what you think, Jason. I prefer question number like that than NR.
That's fine.
Okay.
Or just the word number.
Total questions, and it's a number.
Yeah, I think this is where.
Well,
I remember after I deployed this, I went in and that is just where you can change real quickly how many questions come up in the game.
Yeah, like it's if you want 5 or 3 or 2 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So let's continue.
So
So
just
now we'll
after the
jump
name
in.
here, we have a colon, and from React we have something that's called FC. So .fc. These are the types from React itself. So it will tell TypeScript that this is a functional component. And if we
So this is because whoops. Okay. So when you do this, like after a declaration of an object or something like that, you put a semicolon. It's because you will do like a subclass, or you like you're saying that specific class question cards inherit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to translate in English from those functionality in React, and he say that's functional components. I'm assuming there's some properties and stuff in that function here. So now question card will have all those. And we might need also to overload or specify, like, let's say unload. Then like now we need to add that thing because like this thing just declared a function and you need to fill it.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. And so like you're saying like you're giving it a type. It's an interface. Thank you.
we want to specify props, we do that inside of angled brackets like this. So we tell it that we want to use these props that we created up
And we
here.
bring the props in.
So you're creating
And
that
then,
with the
just
property.
as usual, we can destructure out the props. So we have the question, we have the answer. You can see that we get this nice auto completion here where it tells us what we've got. We have the callback. We have the user answer. We have the question number, and we have the total questions. I'm going to do some auto formatting here because I have this insanely large font because I want you to be able to see what I'm typing, but it's hard to work with it actually. So these are the props that we have now, and now we can use them inside our
Okay, so let's do that. So that's how he passed. I forgot that. So now he's typing that, so it's a functional prop, so he's using this interface inside the functional component. We'll just remove some empty space, and now he's declaring those here. So was it with the, oh damn it. So let's close that since we go full like him.
Or
yeah, so he's passing it as an object. Okay.
Then yeah, you just have to specify each of the props.
Cool.
or component. So this div is going to be a rapid div. I'm going to create parentheses here again. So we have the rapid div, we have the ending parenthesis.
Okay, I already had that. Okay, cool. I was wondering, I was like, why did I put parentheses and it doesn't have it?
Remove some stuff there. So this is the rapid div. We're going to display the current question that we're on. So we can do that in a p tag with a class name of number. And then we can type out question, colon. And then from the props, we're going to grab the question number like that. And then we do a forward slash, and then we grab the total questions. Like so. Because we're in JSX now, so when you want to grab a JavaScript variable or create a JavaScript expression, we do that
This is just the
inside of curly
display,
brackets.
and that'll update.
All right, so that is going.
Yeah, so right now
Where
we
you
are
are.
inside the component question cards. So like in apps here, remember in the apps we put that thing, question cards. So when this will happen, like we're writing it here what will really be display.
Yeah.
So we need to fill it, and then like it will be display and looping and blah blah blah. But right now we're just kind of putting some placeholder and a little bit of structure. You are not declaring what? You are not declaring. You are doing an object structuring, meaning that you now have these variable without prop values. Oh, I'm following the I'm following this tutorial, and I know like he's doing a bunch of pass in this tutorial, like putting placeholder, and like he do typo. Like I remember there's a type here that is wrong. I know he forgot the S, for example. He will come back and fix that, but like I know it, so I already fixed it, but I forgot which one. I think it was a user answer is the wrong type. Should be any, I think. Like there's stuff that will change here.
Going to indicate what question the user is on, and then we have the question itself, and in the response from the API we're going to get some HTML. In React we have something that's called dangerously set inner HTML.
Should
that we
never
can
use any.
when we want to render out some HTML, and it's called like this
Why is
because it
that?
is dangerous to use because you never.
Why not use any? Because it's like it could be The most specific you are, the better it is. That will be the like the generic rules, but
gotcha. So maybe that's just done early on as he's writing it until he figures out a better.
I don't know.
Gotcha. Why would they even make all or any?
Because sometimes you don't know. Like you could be doing polymorphic.
So it's just a catch-all. Okay, really is a literal catch-all.
Yeah. So now he's doing question, and it was question number, right? Question number on total question.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
Didn't know that.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. So it could be a string or a number. That's pretty nice. Oh, I should put here the class thing. Class name. Was it question?
Gotcha.
I forgot what it was. Number. Cool.
Never know what can be injected there. In our case, we know that it's safe, so we can use it here. So we create a p tag.
In our case,
and we
it's
use
safe.
dangerously set inner HTML, and we have curly brackets. Then we have a new set of curly brackets because it's an object, and we have underscore HTML, and we're going to give it a question.
Dangerously set
question number,
inner
it should be the
HTML.
question like that. All right.
I like that it tells you.
Yeah. So dangerously set inner HTML, and then he's passing an object. So let's try to do that. So then, did I needed something? Oh, it was in a P. In a thing. And then it was underscore HTML dot, was it dot? Oh, question.
Colon.
Because it's the type. Whoops.
Right. Then we're going.
Okay, and he's using a single. Whoops. Why is. Oh, is it just class?
We're gonna have a wrapper div.
No, it's class name number. Oh, because I used the double quote? No. What's the problem here? Class name, number, question.
Class name, question.
I mean, I could do this, but
You're missing a div.
Was I? Oh, damn. Oh, yeah.
Or that other P, yeah.
But I don't think that should be a problem, but let's add it. I see activity in the chat, but what? Was it that? What was that? Interesting. Oh, because maybe of this thing? Like that need to be part of a div? Where's the chat? Is there?
Valdez. There's the what's the trigger, Frank, to get your attention?
Attention.
Just attention, right?
I don't like that thing here. Like the that looks strange.
The self-closing tag?
Yeah, well, like a P, like for like a BR, like when you want to just do like a carriage return kind of thing. Like I'm fine with that, but on a paragraph, I don't know. It feels strange.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least I
have one other cloudy saying the same thing as me, so I will double it. I don't like that. I don't like. I like a closing, an open and then close. Like that's clear. That's video. Okay.
Works both ways.
For all the answers to the question,
make no difference for the.
And we're going to map through the answers because we have all the answers in this prop here. It should actually be called answers with an S.
Yeah, we know.
Answer. We can change that one. Answers with an S. So down below here in the wrapping div, we create curly brackets and we have the answers dot map. So we map through them. We have an answer like that. We create an inline arrow function. We can use implicit return here also. So we create parentheses. And then we have a wrapper for our button. So we create another set of divs. And inside of there, we create a button. It's going to be disabled depending on
React
if the user
thing.
No, map
or is that
is a JavaScript thing. And you know what? I want to open it here. I want to open it on here. Because like I'm not 100% of sure of what it does. So map is an object iterate in its element. It's kind of a loop. What did I do? Boom. So a map object iteration, like it's a for loop kind of thing.
Okay.
And that's why, like in the chatbot, I was doing that also, and I was like looping through the property. I wanted an wow. In the chatbot, I was using the map function where it was failing earlier when we were loading. You remember, we're loading an object, and then I'm trying to instantiate it, and I want to loop through all properties. And I want that to be dynamic. So I would just say, hey, just map through the property and create that, like, you know, in my new instance. So
Gotcha.
right now he's doing like, just like, hey, you know, do a for loop, pass through all the functions, the answers to display like option A, option B, option C, option C, D.
Falcon says that's not the same map that we're looking for.
I don't know.
You want to look up the Google Array map?
Yeah. create a new array populated with the result calling provided. It's like for a value in an array in Python. Yeah, so like it is a loop, right?
Okay. So it's just a way to work through an array of values and make them available.
Yeah.
Map
So-
through. Yeah.
And then it was doing
Thanks, everyone.
answers. And it was an array function. And he had forgot. Trying to by answer map. Oh yeah, okay, so he's passing an object here. So answers map, and then yeah, he's doing a loop, right? So answer the array dot map, and inside that map is saying like every instance will be called an answer. So he's declaring now like every time, every pass in the loop, the object, the current object will be called answer.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops, that's not where I want to go, right? And then he's creating his functions that like every time for answer create that thing, so the div and button.
Yeah. Yep.
So equal this, and open parentheses, and then this, and then doing a div. No? What? Answers.map. Yeah. How come he doesn't have any? Whoops. Oh yeah, he got some like squibbly too. Let's wait
User
to
has
see.
made a choice if the user has answered something. So we set it to disabled equals user answer. This one is going to be a boolean. So it will be disabled if this one is user answer. Yeah, I set it to a string. You can see that TypeScript complains here now because I said it's the string, it will complain. We will make sure that this will get a true or false value later. So we have to change this one now. So it should be a boolean instead. You can see that it won't complain anymore. So this is one of the great strengths with TypeScript. It will tell you when you code if you do something wrong, and you can correct it.
Am I back?
You're here.
Okay. So user answers. He say boolean, but like in his text over the video, it was saying any. So I know people were complaining, saying like, don't use any, but I'm following the tutorial, so we'll do that. Unfortunately. But we will be able to change everything anyway after.
Yeah.
Don't make it any, please.
Whatever you do, Frank, don't use the dangerously set inner HTML, and don't use any. This is what I'm hearing.
So let's try both. Oh, Jason is here, right? So we're protected.
It's fine.
Yeah. So now we just use.
I'm going to change my Twitter name, I think, to dangerously used Cloud Advocate or something.
We could do a game with that, right? There's already a Dangerous Joe. Do you know that game?
No.
You don't know that game?
Dangerous Joe?
I think it's Dangerous Joe. It looked like Excite Bike from back in the days on Nintendo.
Oh yeah, and I love Excite Bike.
Oh, like you will love it. Oh, like you need to. And you had the PlayStation, right? I think it was on PlayStation.
I gotta look it up.
Yeah. And then when you find it, send me a link if you're not sure. So button disable user answer.
Joe Danger.
Oh yeah, Joe Danger.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'd like that game. I'll have to look at.
Oh yeah, it's super cool. I need to check. Maybe it's on the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah. I was just looking up the dangerously set inner HTML, and there's a few different ones.
Before the bug even happens. All right, then we have an on-click handler on this one, and this is going to call the callback. Like so, we close it, and we're going to have some text for the button also. And this one is also going to get the text in HTML format. So we create a span, and dangerously set inner HTML equals curly brackets, and we have the object with another set of curly brackets.
Wonder if it's
underscore
if you
HTML.
could use something like user answer.
And we give it the answer in this case.
Okay.
And then we self-close the span. Do some auto formatting. See that every.
Okay. Whoa. Come back. So we need button unclick callback. That's cool. So he's doing this, and then the unclick event equal, and then passing the property callback, the prop. Whoops. Voila. And now
We're not creating a Trojan horse, are we?
What? Oh, because we're using the set dangerous.
We're not inadvertently creating some problem.
Well, since that will be loaded from our database, like, and we have control on the database, like, we should be fine.
Yeah.
And
plus,
like, we will be able, like, right now we're just trying to have like the basic functionality set up, and then like we'll be able to change that maybe for something more fancy. So now
I scanned or skimmed through the video, and he's constantly coming back and changing things.
Yeah.
And like changing that any back to a Boolean or a string or something like that. So I think there's a lot of stuff in here now that's
temporary,
not going to stay permanent.
So now he's doing, I'm assuming, this, and it's again the no, it's a span. So we'll be inside that. And then it will be the dangerous thing. And then equal double because it's an object, and then it's HTML, and it's the type answer. But it's not answers, it's answer. It's the current one. Right? Yes. Or right. Meaning, I did like guy.
And then we self-close the span.
Cool. And he's using a one tag, but I prefer twice, like we decided earlier. So I'm just reading the chat since Jason is gone from his cloud. In Angular, it worked with TypeScript like you told. I'm in pain. Oh, you're in the pain? No, at all. I wonder if you, as a shrink, if you use something like user answer, chorus, boolean type. Yeah, could be possible. I'm just like following, like we mentioned. It's just because this will, the dangerous set inner HTML will render what's in this value. So let's say you are injecting a script or function to like do different things. It could be harmful. It could be part of script, adding a button in the screen, and then this button will call another page, or like having different functionality. So you're replacing the save button by like a injection SQL to your data. Like there's a bunch of stuff when you do that could be potentially dangerous because you're rendering pure HTML. That's, I think, why it's bad. Yeah, exactly. It's like inner HTML. We're just like saying like, yeah, it's inner HTML, but dude, it could be dangerous. But it's true. Like in JavaScript, I remember in jQuery was inner, like JavaScript, it's inner HTML. I did JavaScript a long time ago. So was it new coffee? Where were you, Mr. Jason?
No, I just had to run upstairs real quick to check on something.
See that everything works. I think it is working. Yeah. Save the file. But now you can see inside of the app.tsx file, if you go back to that file,
worried that I'm having electrical issues again. But all this other stuff's working, so it's fine.
So cool. So now he's saved. He's going in app, and it's complaining. The type is missing. I'm not sure why. We'll see. Whoops.
Planes now because it wants the props. And we're going to give it the props also, but first I'm going to create the states that we're going to use for this application, and we're going to have 6 of them.
6?
Actually, because I'm going to split them up. That's great with hooks now. You don't need to have one big state. We can have a few of them instead. So up here first, we import use state like that. And just down below here.
What? Import React.
First, we import
comma and then use state. And he is in app X. So here, you say this. And it was curly brackets, and it was use state.
Yeah, but there's a space before you. And I think.
Oh, no, okay, it's a one word. Use state.
With spaces between the brackets.
Well, I think that just for clarity. We're not in YAML, but
like that. And just down below here in the component at the beginning, we're going to create our states. First, we're going to have a loading state. So const loading and set loading like that. And we use state. We set it to false as a default. Then we're going to have the questions. Like that, and set questions, and we use.
You know what? I will cheat a little bit.
Is this like looking at the answers in the back of the book, Frank?
No. So we'll be. It's just like instead of typing and risking some typo. That's why I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
State, and we give it an empty array for now.
Yes, it is.
We're also going to specify this later and give it a type, but we can't do that yet because I'm going to create a type when we create the function for the API. Then we have a state with a number and set number, and this is going to be the number that the user is currently on.
This I'm not sure I understand why he's doing that. Like, I understand he's creating kind of key pair value, but I'm not sure I understand why he's doing that. Like, why he's not just creating like a function. So I feel like this is JavaScript object fake thing, where like you say, hey, when I will say loading, call like this function or like this thing. I'm not sure I understand exactly why, and I think it doesn't explain why exactly. Like later on when you start using it, I kind of put piece of puzzle together, if I remember correctly, and it probably will do the same, kind of refresh my mind. But it's not clear. So if someone know in the chat, like, please explain to me. And like next, when my PC will get better, one thing I will do is like I was doing a few months ago. I was opening Discord so people could join and just talk to us. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think after we're done here, I might like watch more of the video actually and try to get caught up.
Yeah.
So use
where you
state.
are.
We're gonna start at 0. Then we're gonna have a state for the user answers.
Sets, I think.
And set user.
It's kind of saying like the state where like it's like he's saving like what's the user answer current value kind of thing for the app. Like we created the type, now like he's mapping the property or something like that related to var and set. Yeah. So and use states, I think, as a default. Yeah.
Answers like that. And use state. And we give it an empty array as initial value. And then we're going to have the score and set score. And use state. And this one is 0 as initial value. And then I'm also going to have one that's called game over and set game over. So that we can
Didn't we
keep track
change? Oh, never mind. We're looking at his video.
Oh yeah, he's repeating the typo.
When the game is finished. So use state.
And like if we look like what I did copy, like here there's like we already have a type. Right now, in the video right now we're not there yet.
Yep.
So just use states and like this. I think, you know what? I will remove that and just put this so we don't have the scribbly. And since we're finishing in a few minutes, like that will be a little bit more clean as a kind of a status. So let's just let him finish this.
And we set it to true initially. Okay, so let's give this question card its props. First we have the question number. And this one we're going to get from number, but we're going to add 1 because the number is going to be used for the array, and the array starts at 0.
Hello, are you back?
I'm here.
Okay, so you didn't hear the funny thing.
Well, I can't really hear the person talking.
I paused it.
Oh.
So I think we'll stay here. So we are at 2250. So let's put that in a note. Current position 2250. Yeah, and now let's try to find so let's look the scores. Who was our winner today? A lot of I think are you the winner, Jason? Jason with 7.
If CB hadn't crashed, it would have been
well, like
possibly
just
the
like
winner.
that. Sir Machado just like beat you last second. Congrats. It's like, you know, in those videos where like the runner think he's alone, he's like, yeah, just chilling, and instead of passing the and waving, and the other one just behind, just like
Those are my favorite. The underdog coming from behind.
My understanding is that useState returns an array. One is a variable and the other one is a state of value. Okay. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. I think it will make more sense when we start using it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it will make more sense. Let's find someone who we can raid. Live coders.
Copperbeard is going.
Yeah, but I raid him, I think.
Oh, that's right. We did him last week. The 425 show's running. Microsoft developers up and going.
Who did you say?
After the plane went down.
The 425 show is live right now, as is the Microsoft developer channel.
Oh yeah, we could go raid them.
Everything about the island feels off.
I need to work on their stuff anyway today.
Is Lana on? I don't see her right now.
So, big thank you to all of us. Thank you for your patience, Mr. Jason. Thank you for the new followers. That was pretty cool. Very nice from you. Let's save our file, so don't run the command stop. So I wish you all a very nice weekend. Enjoy. I don't know what's the weather where you are, but try to go outside and enjoy. Have a good weekend. Thank you all. See you next time. Bye-bye.
See you, everyone.
Say yep.